So I'll never settle for less because I was talking to somebody recently, and then last week they hit me with the, well, I don't believe in Valentine's Day, blah blah blah, and I was just like, okay, no problem, because what am I supposed to say to that? So then my friends were asking me like if I had any plans, and I said no, well, I have no plans, I'll just be home. And they were like, okay, say no more, you do have plans actually. And I have been out all day. The plans just came back and you can't interrupt the TikTok. But yeah, I've had plans all day, and I still have plans. And the thing is, I'm not a big Valentine's Day person. Like, you don't have to do the most, it's just the overall thought. But my friends continue to remind me why I should not settle.
Barbershop Talkz, our podcast. We are also here to introduce the book How to Get Horn, Advice
How Not to Get Horn.
Not to Get Horn, Advice from a Trini. Written by yours truly, Danny Dillon Rambley. No?
So Barbershop Talkz. Barbershop Talkz is a men improvement podcast. And when we say men improvement, we're talking about mindset, talking about entrepreneurship, talking about anything that projects a man's ability to earn resources, tackling his virtues, tackling his mindset, and getting himself ready for the world. That's what Barbershop is about. And I would say that this talk show, or people like say podcast, but a podcast is about an interactive podcast with men. Because I have a lot of stories about men, so do you.
Yeah.
And one of the areas that we get a lot of feedback, or we give a lot of feedback to, is our barber. He sits cuts our hair and talks to us and give us some advice sometimes. We talk about our personal lives with our barber. And I thought it was a good idea at the J-Cut studio here to actually do a podcast about male improvement and the male experience. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the areas that that men seem to fall short on is getting horn, or their wife, girlfriend. I don't like to use the word partner, but wife, girlfriend actually committed infidelity. And I have heard a lot of stories from different men, ranging from ages from the 18-year-old straight to 55-year-old. And I thought I would have shared some of these stories with you guys. Most of it is written in my book, How Not to Get Horn. But me and my cousin here, we have been talking about women, men, everything since we were 16. And yeah. What do you think about this?
Yeah. Personal experience, some experience from others. There's a lot we could talk about this topic. You understand? I could tell you some stories. A more personal story back when I was in secondary school. Probably never even tell you the story.
How life goes, huh?
You probably know it, but I never told you the story like how I'm saying it now. So I had a girlfriend, and I get to find out from one of my friends that she was with me, a new fella of 3 months.
Newly entered the school, or he was already in school too?
I was the only person who was in his school.
You mean my only person in
I
his
was
school?
the only guy who was in his school who was with she.
Okay,
So
right.
I was in a relationship probably a month before I get to find out that she was with me and 2 other guys.
Okay.
One of the guys she was with for about 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
He living close to where she living.
Right.
And the other guy she with for about a year.
So you started get horn from since he was young?
No, I learned about it from young, from the age of 16. It was around the same time and when I came up with the conclusion that everything we do in this life we just do for woman.
Right.
We sit down in the back where we was having this conversation.
All these conversations, yes.
You understand? Everything we do in this life is for woman.
Well, elaborate a little more now. What do you mean by that? Some of our audience members will understand what you're saying.
Well, you want to be successful,
right?
To attract,
to get the girl you want.
To get the girl you want,
right?
You need a vehicle because you want to go places. You want to go places.
Yeah.
They say you can have a bird and have a cage to put it in,
right?
So build a house.
Yeah.
You understand? There's a lot of things you have to accept out here.
Yeah, but my question is the modern woman worth marrying too?
The modern woman.
The modern woman.
No.
Why you say that?
They're gone clear. They're gone clear. I get a transport as do hire work from time to time.
Right.
I get a transport from some foreigners for the carnival season.
Well, the carnival season
now they was in the car.
Yeah.
Composite amongst yourself.
Right.
Now I in the car, not like I eavesdropping or I minding the business.
Right.
No, I just listening. I driving.
Yeah.
So one of the girl mentioned that she had a white boyfriend. So the next girl ball, so you have a white boyfriend, a white guy has a boyfriend. She say, yeah, that one of them.
But the girl talking about she's what, black? Eh?
So yeah, so I guess that's normal amongst that circle of girls. That's normal. That's just one of them. We were never a part of that circle to say we like 2-3 women at the same time.
Right.
Wrong? Well, back then.
Back then. No, though, but back then.
Somehow we catching up to the modern standard, right?
Of course.
Married, by the way, so I wouldn't be catching up to nothing.
Married for 9 years?
Yeah, 9 going in 10 years, yeah.
Has 3 kids and a wife.
Kids, yeah.
I'm currently single, of course.
Everybody had it up and down in relationships. Is as I told Danny in the earlies, we as men had to be willing to accept certain things. And certain things we had to choose for ourselves is whether we accepting it or not.
But you see the modern trend, right? We have OnlyFans girls, we have hardcore pornography porn stars, right? Actually getting married to normal men. Well, normal in the sense of they're not very wealthy. Some are not wealthy, but they just marry normal guys. Do you think they would? Do you think as a man that is the option you should pursue?
No.
But why?
Me personally.
You personally. We'll talk from you personally and then talk about the general guy out there.
Me personally, no. I believe we have choices outside here. We have options. You know?
Yeah.
It's like if you're shopping in a store for something, I'm sure you could get cheaper somewhere else. The old people are saying.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to understand, right? So what you're trying to say is that you personally wouldn't choose quote unquote a strumpet to be your wife.
No.
You have a standard, right?
Yeah.
I think most men have that kind of standard.
No, I believe some of them blinded by love, because I was in a.
I won't say love, I'll say sex.
I was in a position by personal experience where a man was head over heels willing to marry one, so I don't know. I'll be wrong to make a statement otherwise.
I don't think I'd be wrong. I just think is that sometimes men do get blinded, but it catches up to them.
Okay.
It catches up in a way that is like they're not gonna find out right now things are good. It's only later down, like 10. I wouldn't say 10 years though. I would say more like a year, 2 years into the relationship, into the marriage probably.
So my opinion on the topic is, at the end of the day, it will happen. It's not something you could stop. You could try a lot of things to prevent it, put yourself in a better position mentally,
right,
to deal with it.
So you're talking about that, right? Men message me on TikTok. My TikTok for this book over gonna close 200,000 views. Maybe this week or next week, maybe, right? It climbing in bunch of views.
Right.
And most of the comments is that everybody does get a horn. If you get a horn, you'll get a horn. And I'm trying to explain this to the commoners or the common thinkers that the book wasn't designed for a guarantee.
Exactly.
There's no guarantee in life. There's no guarantee that you adopt all the strategies in this book and you will never not face that hurdle, right? This book was designed as a risk mitigation strategy. Basically, yes, it's like it raining, a man giving you an umbrella while you're raining, so you'll get soaked in the rain. And some men don't understand that.
But you have to understand, being the author of the book,
Right.
it'll have some out here
Mm-hmm.
will take the umbrella
Right.
and still stand up in the rain and don't open it.
Yes.
You have to understand this.
I agree.
I mean, we learned that recently.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So we have to understand that. That's some of them out here, you know, as the old people let's say, if you lead the horse to the water, if you're not thirsty, you're not going and drink.
Right. But if I am a man of intent, I have some kind of what I want for my life. Like this book didn't exist when I was in my stage of my life, right? I wrote this book for the common man, the man who was like myself, right? Who didn't grow up with a lot of women in his life talking about dating a lot of women. You dated more women than me back when we was younger, right? I didn't have that luxury in my life.
Yeah.
So I had to date when I was older and understand women from that point. So I didn't have books like this for myself. As you know, right, most men don't read. I read, right? I read because there's this old G.I. Joe saying, right? Knowing is half the battle, right? If you know women nature, if you know how women mate select, if you know how their emotionality runs, their structure, their choice, everything that women do, you will make choices better for yourself, and you will not be. It's like connecting dots. You know why she did these things. You don't have to be thinking in my head, oh, the man better, or what going on with she, or any normal things that we think as men, right? You don't have to do all those things when you read this book. When you read this book,
you see before that point.
You're gonna detect it.
As I say from before, it's a heads up.
Yeah.
It's not strategy. You go by it, you get to know it. Don't work like that. You know, you gotta take the book, read it, go through it, put your personal experience and heart into what you read, and then move forward. We ain't say take this as a strategy and this is what you should do and how you should do it and how you should move forward. No, this is just a guide that what it have out there. Understand? But I did a lot of research to reach here where we is.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of data went into this personal information. When I have dated, gave me their stories, gave me their personal stories about guys they want them.
And I'm a DJ. I see a lot out there. A lot.
So
trust me.
Let me go to the meat of the conversation.
Yeah.
The meat of the actual. Today's podcast is about infidelity from a male perspective, female perspective, right? We want to tackle infidelity. We're going to talk about infidelity basically in Trinidad is horn, right? Most of us know the colloquial language, but most people try to say that a horn is a horn if you don't study it.
If you don't take it on.
You take it on. Mm-hmm. Some men invest so much into women. They take it on. They kill themselves.
Yeah.
Right? They harm themselves. They do a lot of destructive behaviors after the fact. And I have a few videos that this one never saw, right? Yeah. That I post on my TikTok, Instagram, all those handles, right? You can check out, what's your Instagram handle? DJ Samo. My one is just Danny Rambali. Instead of typing Danny Rambali, and you'll see my.
Also typing Satish Campbell is also linked to my page. Yeah.
So my TikTok, same thing, Danny Rambali. Most of my handles is just my name, which is Danny Rambali. Keep it very simple, right? So we're gonna start posting on our own personal pages, away from personal pages, more onto the. You're gonna have a barbershop Instagram, a barbershop talks Facebook page, TikTok, and YouTube. Because we think about long form content. I don't personally. TikTok is for women. I truly believe TikTok is for women because it's short form content. It's only someone take a dance, right? So make you show off your body for, right? And you get views. But men can't do that. Well, in the sense that to actually get real views and real intellectual conversation, we can't do those things. And I want to talk about, in this episode particularly, why men horn, right? Why men cheat, first of all, how to not just be a person, because most men would like to cheat, right? They want to have multiple women. They just can't carry out the strategy. They don't have the resources. They don't have the sexual market value.
In my book, I can't afford that life. Because I don't get you material with one to go and pick up a next one, and I ain't too profitable in my book. You understand?
Well, these are the men who went through the whole marriage process, who understands that at the end of the day, women equal money. You have to spend money. And if it's a man who don't want to spend money, then I would advise pick up a girl who she doesn't value money to such a higher degree. It has women out there that I only seen a handful that they go against the operating systems, which is providing for men. I've only seen that in a handful. How that's not the rule and doesn't happen very often, I would say. So like we talk about strategies, right? I wrote my strategies in here, right? I want to know if our strategies actually clashing with each other or they're meeting, right? You understand?
Yeah.
So what is one of your strategies to overcome how to detect infidelity as well as to overcome it?
To detect.
Detect.
The main detection for me is the fact that you personally seeing your relationship falling apart. Now, some of we, as we discussed earlier, some of we blind to what actually going on.
When we say blind,
see it.
I talking about a man who every day he doing something. He preoccupied with his life, right? He have a career, he have children to see about, he work stress. Sometimes he has his own personal family stress, not his wife and kids, but his mom, his dad to take care of sometimes. So there are lots of stuff to go on in a man's life. Do you talk about that aspect of things? Right. So things just going haywire.
And from personal experience, brace yourself mentally, not physically, because physical pain is temporary. You know what I say?
Alison?
Physical pain is temporary.
So psychological pain then?
Mental pain do go away. We as men don't forget. We try to, but we don't.
You ever forget?
We don't forget.
So where's your strategy? You try to do what? Become more mentally aware?
Be better out of mental state. I ain't say be for yourself and be away with everybody else, no. But you have to start to think about yourself. You have to start to prioritize yourself a little bit.
Okay.
Because we as men tend to prioritize the unit. Because we always look forward for future as a unit. We don't see nothing personally. It's always ours, not mine and yours. And to me, in woman eyes, it plenty different.
It's way different.
Yeah. I speak in generally and I'm not speaking me. Generally, we as men want this unit. We want this family thing. You understand? We as men want we name carry on.
The bloodline, yeah.
The bloodline. We want that. That's what we want. But for some reason, that has caused the clash because their goals are not similar towards yours, and you gotta learn to accept this mentally.
We have our goals clash.
Bad.
Yeah. Well, it never used to be like that though, right? It used to be that men will get a virgin, and that virgin would have come from a house where both mom and dad, her father would have taught her how to understand male experience, understand male authority. She would have leave from her mom and dad's house, or her dad's house, to your house, and you taking care of her.
Because growing up in life, right?
Right?
Personally and generally at the same time. Growing up in life, we are taught as men how to treat women.
Right, I
Now,
agree.
you have a sister.
Yeah.
I have 3.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard my father, neither my mother, spoke to my sisters and let them know how to treat a man outside here. Why?
Because it's not something that, because the most women think that in their head, right, that men are abusers, men somehow they want to do them wickedness or something like that.
You're talking about the abusers thing. I
Yeah.
was going through Instagram and I come across a
Right.
video, right? And in the video, they were stating that women can't stand to see a man happy. And I paused the video. I was like, what? Women can't stand to see a man happy. So I continue playing the video. So apparently, we as men, when we happy, we also release a little bit of anger and adrenaline because we're happy. Right? I
Right.
agree. We
Yeah.
men, right?
Yeah.
They don't like that. They just get threatened by that.
The fact that you
You violent. All of a sudden you violent. You're not happy no more. You violent. You anger. You this. You next. It opened my eyes. That video, right? I'm sorry that I didn't send it for you.
see.
Yeah.
So back to this, right? So one of your strategies is that to overcome
Brace
it,
yourself
brace
mentally.
yourself mentally.
Yeah.
So one of my advice from this book is to always keep in your masculine imperative.
As the song I tell you, you yourself in a dark room.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to tell him one
As the man say in the song too, me, myself, and my shadow.
Mhm.
That was the line in the song he say.
But what I'm trying to tell you is that our strategies actually work. You talking from a perspective of keeping your mental health strong, right? I'm talking about keeping yourself, your masculinity on point, meaning that you're gymming, you gotta be gymming, exercising, you're doing stuff that improving your resources, you're doing stuff that improving your mental health. It could be meditation, it could be dancing, it could be Krav Maga, it could be any sport or activity. It could be reading, any activity that increases your competency as well as your ability to self-improve. That's what I would say. So that's one strategy, right? Which is both of us share, right? Because every time me and this one, right, we always trying to do some business together. We always trying to do something to increase our wealth. We didn't grow up wealthy. We grew up in a poor Indian working class family. My mom was a farmer. His mom was a farmer.
Work hard in the hot sun.
Work hard in the hot sun, in the garden. That's all we learned from since we was 8 years old till selling in the market. I stopped selling in the market around 21, 22, right? So we grew up in the market. We grew up selling in the road. We grew up trying to make $1 selling goods, right? So what other strategy that you think we should actually endorse, be part of our repertoire? What do you think we should?
I'll go with something that you write in the book. Read the book, and you come across something called red flags. You as a man had to know how to notice and recognize and know what are these red flags. Because it save you from plenty stress out there. We make it simple as possible.
Where's your first red flag?
Huh? My first red flag.
So let me get a little backstory, right? So I was on radio recently, and I spoke about women who sexualize themselves on Instagram and how they don't make good wives, right? Am I saying all women? No. I'm saying whenever you open Instagram, whenever you go on TikTok, these women are between 18 to what? 25?
I said 35.
30 to 35. I say 25, right? Sexualizing themselves on Instagram, TikTok. They're dancing, they're showing up their body, they do whatever it needs to be done to get attention, right? And I commented on a other content creator TikTok video, and she said some things that really hit me hard. She said that how I like them like that. Oh, that is not a good strategy. Me telling men to watch out for women who love attention is not a good strategy. But I know that's a good strategy. I can actually demonstrate that's a good strategy. Because if you have a woman who constantly seeking male attention on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, eventually she gonna get a guy who she presumes are higher quality than yourself, and she's gonna leave you for that guy. And I think women who are on Instagram and do those things are a red flag, seeking attention. She said no. But if a man could demonstrate that the activity increases, so a woman, you ever notice, right? You have a girl in a hijab and she's talking about some random thing. She get 2 views. A girl who talking nonsense, who in a bikini and that's waving herself. You know what I mean, right? How many views she is get?
Millions.
Right, millions. So we know what actually triggers the effect on TikTok. We know that skin or scantily clad women get a lot of views. That's something we know. So if I know as a man that the girl I currently courting, dating, whatever I want to call the interaction is, and she is on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook in a bikini, you want to wear a bikini?
My opinion on it is there's no room for you.
Yeah.
It's my personal opinion on it. There's no room for you. If you feel you there and you's the one, no, there's no room for you because she, as you say, she's seeking attention, so she'll constantly be addicted to this attention. So somebody gonna make her try some way, somehow. And we know they're gonna get through that, you know.
So this book has close to 22 red flags, but there's more.
Plenty
right?
more.
Plenty more.
Some you have to learn yourself.
Yeah. But the core red flags are here. All strumpets have these tendencies, right? When you go through, when you've dated enough strumpets, you see when you see a Venn diagram, when a Venn diagram, right, is when two sets meet, right, and in the middle is the intersection. When you did a lot of trumpets, you see where the intersection meets, and you see the commonality between the trumpets, and that is when I start to understand women at a higher degree. You know women who are not for marriage, you know women who are for casual interactions, right? I would say. And one of those things is seeking attention seeking behaviors. You don't necessarily be on, I'm be very clear with you, right? It has some girls who do have Instagram, who have no social media.
But she's attention seeker.
But she's attention seeker. How? You ever notice, right? That you bring a girl over by your house, or you bring she over for the first time, right? All your guy friends she want to know. She want to know all the numbers for some rare reason. She want to be part of the group. She want to be part of the boys group, you know? Those are attention-seeking behaviors, right? What else? What else you after going through the red flag, you see that the red flag for you?
Red flag for me.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of male friends. Yeah, I want for me. Any kind of male friends. Yeah.
So, male friends on the whole?
Any kind of male friends.
You see now that smile, bro. I wonder why.
Because friends come and go. And they tend to forget who come first, who come before who. But as my brother says, it's all about, the better offer, you're on a
Mm-hmm.
job hunt, you're gonna leave for $25 an hour for $80 an hour, right? Yeah. Them always on the job hunt, in my book.
So you talking about male friends, right? I'm not talking about the. You see that had two different type of male friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two different type of mine. It had the male friend who they using for stuff. He's the man go drop them places. He's the man go buy food for them. He's the man doing all these things for them, right?
You're talking that, right?
Yeah.
Watching this video again on Instagram,
Right.
and it's for like a girl on a date,
Uh-huh.
and she stepped out to go to the washroom.
Mm-hmm.
So by mistake, he ended up calling she phone, but she leave she phone on the table. He didn't know. He leaned over to see is she phone ringing, and see she marked free meal number 3. So when she came back to the table, he proceeded to get up and walk out from the date or whatever. Because he said, all I am to you is a free meal number 3.
Yeah.
What about number 2 and number 1?
Right. So you see any difference in male friends, right? Women don't have truly male friends. If the man gay, I can understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because most women like gay men. Why? There's no threat for sex. He wants sex from her. She gay. So most guys want sex from women.
Right.
So there's no such thing as male friend because I know I can't be friends with sexy girl. You can be friends with sexy girl.
You tried that already, didn't work.
Didn't work. I can't be friends with a girl like that. But somehow they think that that is truly friendship. No, that is your backup. That is their backup. If so, how it works like this, right? They had a guy friends. That the friends them who's actually think who are friends. That's the guy who buying them food, dropping them places, but he ain't getting no sexual access.
Oh.
Right?
Get to know the bestie.
Mm-hmm. Then it had the friends and them who is, you know how they say, they say that my friend, and it have my friend and a friend. The a friend is the guy she want to have sex with, basically. The my friend is just like that. He's a friend. You look at the language structure, who they when they define who is their friends, I would say. And that tells you everything you need to know. You see the male friends? A girl shouldn't have male friends. Why? If a man and woman in a relationship, anybody that she should be listening to one man, which is you, if two are in a relationship. Now she have 4 or 5 male friends, all them competing to have sex with her. What happens? All them feeding her information. So my thing is, right, I've been that guy. Whenever a girl tells me she's in a relationship, I back off. I don't want no part of you. And they just tell her very sly, and they'll be like, no, he's just a friend. But that was your boyfriend for years.
And the reason why I say friends just come and go. Understand? Friends just come, friends just go. And they just forget who was there first.
So me and he always have this argument, right? So a woman who on here, what you should do? What you should do as a man? My thing is, right, and this is my personal experience as I've been there, right? Most men, I don't trust a man who never get his heart broken. I be honest with you. I don't trust a man who never got his heart broken. I know what you.
I feel you, I feel you.
But what goes on when you get home? What do you think most men does do? Right? When a girl leave you, what do you think most men does do? What do you think? There's grovel. There's yes, be sad. There's a lot of simping. There's a lot of activities that make you unattractive for her eyes, right? The best thing you could do as a man if a woman horn you is to get another woman. She no longer there for you. She decided her future is not tethered to you at all in no form or fashion, right? So the best thing for you to do is not to give ultimatums. Not even say anything. Most men, they say things, hurtful things, think they don't want to hurt her. They want to give her pain because they cause you pain. That's only gonna cause you more pain. My thing and my strategy is very clear. The next day, you find out today she on you. The next day, you burn all she memorabilia. You, if you're close to the parents of them, you let the parents of them know I am no longer her boyfriend. She decided to have relationship with another fella. I'm out of this. If you are close with the parents, make sure you tell the parents because the parents them she will never let the parents them know the truth. I'll be honest with you. You have to be the one to let the parents them know the truth. Why? Not a hurt her, you know. That they do not come by your house.
My daughter gone.
Your daughter gone.
She come home since yesterday.
Yeah. Because she will lie and say, I go out with you.
Experience we talking about.
Yeah. She will lie and say she go out with you. And you know she and you know or in a relationship for about a month now.
Another you woman in your house sleeping.
Yeah. They pop up by your house blowing their horn, holding down your phone, and you want to know what's going on. Right? They want to know why she out so late. You understand? They come by your house, they talking to your parents and them, and telling your parents them why they hire your daughter, how she upstairs in the house, why she don't want to come home. So I'm letting you guys know, I've been there. Let the parents of them know you no longer with the daughter. And you the following day, you can either do two things. Either you block and delete or you archive. You burn all the memorabilia and you take some time for yourself. Not to, I won't suggest going back in a relationship immediately. Have some healing time. But if it is the case you want to experience a new relationship, go in with the idea of I am trying to start a new life, not trying to get a girl so that I can make the other girl jealous and hurt she. No. You're doing this. This is for you. It's not for her anymore. You understand? So the idea is very simple.
All right. So what would she come back and beg me? Johnny, come on now, forgive me. I didn't mean to.
Well, I
love you still.
I will tell you what I did. I continued to have intercourse with her. Eventually, she realized that it not really pan out for her because I'm no longer the guy she knew. So she was like a little bit of a, she used to call you, you don't call no more. Anytime you just won't call her when you want sex. And she say yes or no, it don't bother you because you doing your own thing. Mm-hmm. And she started get worried and a little bit of angry. She angry at you. She warn you, but she angry. Why? Because the only time you just take her out is if all they're going for 2 o'clock in the morning, they're going for something to drink, or they're coming home back by your house to have sex. She angry for that. You don't carry her on dates. You don't go to family events. You do nothing. That's what I did. And that strategy backfired on me. Right? How it backfired? It make her seem that all is still in a relationship. And she get like crazy angry when she see what other girl outside there. And it's not something you want to experience. Where you caught a new young lady and she telling you last week Friday me and he was together and I don't know why you with my boyfriend for, but you and she done months now. You don't want that kind of drama in life. But the best thing to tell her is no. If the relationship in you guy burnt, That is not your concerns anymore. Your concern, even when she says she no longer part of this relationship.
But at a certain point
Uh-huh.
in the relationship, right?
Yeah.
When you were the new guy.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I know that, yeah.
I mean, this is discussions we had already.
Right.
I discussed all this with you already, you know?
Mm-hmm. They say that woman never single.
Mm-hmm.
There's always somebody waiting for their chance. Right?
As you better say, you should really have it while it's your turn.
What is your turn? It's a woman out there that are truly virgins who looking for a husband, who come from a very traditional family, and they want these things. But then they are in the minority. I have dated a lot of women from 18 to 25, right? For these past 3 years, a lot.
How much of them you see there, the cat?
None.
just bringing up something like
I guess the age, and I believe if a girl tell me she's 18, am I to investigate?
Nah,
She says she's 18. She looks 18.
they say that is lie. I don't know. I
Yeah,
just
no,
go
it's
with what
lie.
they say. You know, he say, she say. You know.
So if you're talking to a girl, right, you meet a girl out in the street, right?
Yeah.
She says she's 18.
Yeah.
You gonna ask for ID?
No.
You assume she's 18.
Yeah.
You take her on a date. Here's my method of getting to know her actual age, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell her cartoons from the 90s.
I personally have a good estimate.
Yes, you have a good estimate.
So.
But I just talk about things in the 90s, things from the 80s, things from the early 2000s, right? Like, when 9/11 happened, right, how old were you? That is how you gauge the age. It's the same method I used to gauge the body count.
Good luck with that one.
Most of them lie about the body count, given, right?
Most of them just lie in general, but yeah.
Given.
Yeah.
You know how long he's saying that? Ever since we were children, and
We as men just lie only when necessary. Alright?
no.
I wouldn't say we don't lie,
Yeah, nobody don't lie. Everybody's lie.
but we just lie when necessary. And just lie according to the mood.
Well, that is how women operate. That is the woman operating system.
We go the way.
You laughing about that, right? You laughing about that. Let me tell you a story, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story. I met a girl named Davy, right? We dated for a month. Right? A month. Either in 2022 or 2023. I can't remember which year it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
After a month, we started to have sex, right? Whether we go double palm or we go. I try to limit the amount of women come to my house
Mm-hmm.
because
Stop that.
yeah, right. So I decided to date, double palm, interact. So that was the whole thing, right? So she used to tell me, right? She going with her family or she have family events, and I reach a stage in my life. If you want to lie about what you doing, find me. I'm not married to you, but I need to know, right? So she told me she going to a family event, right? You know, the following week, 2 o'clock in the morning, right? A man ringing on my phone, crying on the phone, telling me to leave his girlfriend alone, sending me pictures of them went to the movies on a Saturday when she tell me she going to a family event.
So after that sex day, she make up she mind I did it for you.
No,
I just asked him now.
she cheating
On the guy.
cheating on the guy, her boyfriend with
So
me.
you was the spare tire.
I was his spare tire. I was the guy. She tell me how she dumped me some months ago and she says hang out with him. She really want me. I was like,
yeah, now you talking to shit, you know.
not a year, a month. A month.
Bring him back to the one in Cuba.
Rebecca?
Yeah, I said the same, bring you back your memories to the one in Cuba, that one in,
Anushka?
I can't remember the girl name, you never tell me the girl name.
Sarah from
Did that
Sarah?
fuck you bad, but
Sarah.
yeah, I didn't know the girl name, I don't know the girl name. I
So,
just promise I wouldn't talk about the story again, that is all.
oh, the married one.
Yeah,
Nah. I can't remember her name.
it's a nice story to tell, right?
Nice, right? So, this guy calling me 2:30 in the morning, telling me about how much, why I hated him, why I dealing with his girlfriend. And I was like, dude, I need dark in all this information.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when I read this man tell me, stop playing around with women. You get yourself in shit. This
But
man tell me,
a man blinded by love will do anything for you, man.
I telling you, this man called me 2:30 in the morning, around 2:30, crying, sobbing, telling me about his why trying to steal his girlfriend, all these things about his
And he
girlfriend.
must be finally build the courage
Yeah.
to check this bitch phone.
Yeah.
Try
So,
to make
gents,
it sound so no disrespect to nobody, but you know.
gents, these are the stories that I went through. And I am encouraging men to read this book. Read, listen to my experience, listen to most men experience, and understand where you're really at in your own discovery and being a man. Because we know our brethren, our brother, who do know himself, who never sit down in a room and get
had
to
that personal conversation
yeah,
as we were talking earlier, you know. Me, myself, and my shadow. You seen it behind my shadow.
So I would encourage guys to read more, and you're gonna see more of us every Sunday. We'll be posting on a regular every Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is Barbershop Talkz. This is for the nitty-gritty of real men saying real stories
Real
about
talk,
real talk.
but real issues.
Yeah. And one of the issues I want to, before we close off the segment, right? I want to play you a video that I promised I would show you, right? And let me grab my phone.
Back again, I'll mention about mental health, you know. Men stay strong out here mentally. Stay strong. Because we have a lot of bad things to deal with in this world. You know? A lot of things as men we have to choose to accept because we can't do nothing for it to change. You know? As we keep trying to stress over and over again. It's not a strategy. It's not a guidebook. It's not, give me some words to use now.
This is a blueprint I would use. I put it in my title, my actual forward, which is a blueprint. It tells you all the things you need to know about a woman. It tells you all you need to know about anything you do in this world when it comes to marriage, relationships, connecting the dots, understanding female nature. So I'm gonna play a video, and as you know, February the 15th was your birthday,
Yeah.
as well as the day before was what?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, folks. Valentine's Day. So So women love TikTok because it's a good platform. Whenever they have a feeling, they could go and post what they feel, and the whole world could see how they feel. And this video is for my cousin, so he's gonna press play. But you folks, I'll show you how it'll be in the video. But he's gonna press play.
So you know I'll never settle for less because I was talking to somebody recently and then last week they hit me with the well, I don't believe in Valentine's Day, blah blah blah, and I was just like, okay, no problem because what am I supposed to say to that? So then my friends were asking me like if I had any plans and I said no, well I have no plans, I'll just be home. And they were like, okay, say no more. You do have plans actually. and I have been out all day. The plans just came back and he kind of interrupted. He said, "Don't cook." But yeah, I've had plans all day and I still have plans. And the thing is, I'm not a big Valentine's Day person. Like, you don't have to do the most, it's just the overall thought. But my friends continue to remind me why I should not settle.
My opinion on that video is it's never about the thought. At the end of the day, from my general experience, right, and seeing from my eyes what they expect from this one day is not about the thought, it's about the effort you put. So it can be wherever you buy. Them want to see some sort of effort.
Yeah, but that is so you talking about a man and you talking about a married couple, talking about boyfriend and girlfriend. What are you talking about?
Generally.
Well, you had the context she was
Yeah,
saying.
she not married to nobody, she dated.
Right.
Yeah.
How old do you think she is?
About 25.
So she's 25.
Mm-hmm.
So she's 25 years old, right? You assume she's 25. I think she's in she late 20s, closer to T than 25, right? She says she never settling,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because of why she not settling?
Because they don't want to buy nothing for she for Valentine's.
A man,
She stated in the video.
exactly.
Right?
A man who love you puts effort into something. If that man was like he don't do nothing for Valentine's Day, he don't put no effort into you, what that tells you?
My opinion on that whole Valentine's Day, ladies, is it goes both ways. The day is not about you. It's about love. Not you. Love. Alright?
Little bit with that stick.
They're not coming for you. I tell you that they're coming.
So this one, right?
They're coming.
I personally think she's around closer, she late 20s, closer to 30 than you think. But she approaching the wall, right? She's saying she's not settling for anything than the best, right?
Blinded for the next 5 years, and after that 5 years, she will realize,
Yeah.
how to settle.
She has to settle. Because the man who she wants don't want her back.
Yeah, then mommy and daddy will be like our grandchildren. I want to know.
So TikTok is the best content to learn about women. Why I tell you that for? They have no reservations of putting their personal opinions, their personal thoughts, and their personal behaviors on TikTok.
Now we're talking about a lot of videos.
Right.
The reason why I make this statement about ladies is not about you. It's because I come across a video of a female that buys some stuff for she man.
Right.
And just by watching the video, I can tell you, my girl spend over 20,000-30,000 on she man. You ain't gonna feel valued. A girl spend 20,000-30,000 on you.
Yeah.
I mean, shoes, man, like shoes, right? She buy about 6 pair of shoes and a set of brand name stuff. Whatever business they in, whether they're making it legit or unlegit, you gotta find she money to buy she things for sure.
Right.
That's my argument. It's not about you. You know? In my eyes and my opinion moving forward, once you're together with somebody and you choose this person, it's no longer you. It's no longer me. It's no longer yours. It's ours. It's my opinion.
Yeah, but that granted that the woman you dealing with actually believes that. How many women actually believe that when they get into a relationship, they have to do stuff in a relationship? Women don't think like that. Women think that they are the prize, they are the ones to be courted, they are the ones to buy gifts, they are the ones to receive all the gifts. And I say no, right? This new way of thinking that you need to provide such a high degree for women, no, right? I saw another video where a poor couple, right? Her husband's birthday, she baked a little cake. She and her little daughter, she baked a little cake. She cooked some food, and she surprised her husband. You think he in value in a woman?
Value.
He will value that woman. Women like this are not valuable. and we keep on touching because she's beautiful, makes the think she valuable. Women like that are not valuable for a relationship.
And women like them not gonna put in no effort.
Yeah, they want you put in all the effort.
All the effort.
Yeah. For what? To get her used.
It's to them, that day is all about them.
So
And showing affection to them.
Yeah,
And
find a
proving to
girl.
them why you love them.
Yeah. Find a girl who understands that there's
But
separation.
bear in mind you're in a relationship with somebody. She come home with a rose. What's your reaction?
I'm problematic. Where you get the rose? Who gave you the rose?
What's your reaction? I just say.
My reaction?
Yeah, what's your reaction?
My person, how I would react? This is my wife or this is my girlfriend?
Your wife, your girlfriend, it matters?
It matters to me.
Matters to you.
Yeah.
Some it don't matter.
Alright. Yeah, tell me, my
But
girlfriend.
let me speak generally. We're not speaking for you. We're
Alright.
speaking generally.
I'm problematic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who gave you that rose? No, some of them lie and say, well, my best friend from work. I've heard that from women who get flowers from the man they like in work.
It bound to be the man they like. It could just be a man that like them.
Yeah, that too. But it may have you accepting the gift means something, you know. Right? And they don't understand that.
I can't accept that I have a boyfriend or a husband.
But how many women are gonna be
living in a man's house? How you care who my rose in a man's house?
talking about, boy?
I just speaking generally. We speaking generally, yeah.
We can speak how much generality we speak about. But the mere fact that she accepting the flowers, she bringing it back to your house, says a lot how much she respect you.
Mm-hmm.
So talking about the respect. So, you know, we didn't play Juvie this year. Normally we play Juvie, me and this guy here. So Monday morning around 2:30 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
a girl that told me a week ago that she don't accept dates that are coffee dates. The coffee dates are
I don't know for sure.
a no for her.
Okay.
This is a girl I never met before. Met her on a dating app, Bumble. She said she doesn't accept coffee dates. And to me, a coffee date is a low investment date because I had to pay for the coffee even though I have to go and do a lot of different things. Right? She says no. I simply told the young lady, no problem, take care.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because when she realized there's no emotionality, there's no me cussing you, me telling you what your mother, I simply said no problem and take care. Find some other guy who will sim for you. I'm not gonna sim for you.
Right.
So 2:30 in the morning, she messaging on my phone telling me how I am an incel. This is Monday morning, I sleep in all there, folks.
What is that incel?
Involuntary celibate. I can't get a woman, basically.
Okay.
Right? Telling me another incel.
Mm-hmm.
Telling me why I watching his red pill content. Why am I this kind of guy? And me and this girl had about 10 conversations alone. I got about 10 back and forth messages of people. She know nothing about what I do, nothing about my book, anything about me. She had the audacity to tell me I should lose weight. I know I should lose weight as a given, right? And I'm not faulting her for saying the truth. And I'm gonna tell her that.
Mm-hmm.
I said yes, I know that. She said if I lose weight, how I'm not ugly, how I'm tall, I'm cute, lose some weight, and you can get a lot of women. You should be posting red pill content, and you shouldn't be hating toward women. And you see my post, right? Why it is that women, when a certain video make them feel a certain way about something, automatically means the guy hate, dislikes women, or worst of all, when here it is tell you, right? If they can't tell you you can't get women, first thing they tell you can't get women. The second thing they tell you how ugly you're looking. The third thing they tell you is that you're gay, right? Or if you're not gay, you hate women. Whenever you say something true, like this man here, right? He would say all women crazy. Which is
all women crazy. None of them men know what they want. And we, as men, had to decide what level of crazy we willing to accept in this life.
A girl hear that, she think this man hate women. Like that's it, the truth.
And that's the truth. Because we as men, some of we just accept a lot of crazy. You know?
When I say crazy, this girl message 10 messages 2:30 in the morning, wake me up to tell me